Hey guys, so just got back from the theater from seeing Uncut Gems. Uh, I know I'm sorry, my voice is still sounding like shit. I am still kind of getting over being sick. I'm actually feeling better, even though it doesn't sound like it. I am feeling better. If I was really feeling like dog shit, I would not be at the theaters. But this is like one of those movies I had to go fucking see as quick as possible because I really did want to see this movie. Out of all the movies that I had to catch up on over the last few weeks, Uncut Gems was the one that I was looking forward to the most seeing. Um, this movie I've heard a lot about over the last week or so, from the critical praise it's getting to the Oscar talk that Adam Sandler's getting to pretty much all to the audience reactions where it's a mixed bag all over the fucking place where some people either love it or some people hate it. There's like really no in between. Like I've seen like the reactions have been pretty interesting. Like I said, it's been mostly critics that have loved it, and then the audiences have kind of been the ones that have been split. Um, and I kind of like read some of the audience reactions to kind of get an idea of like maybe what to look out for going in. But this is a movie that like I heard about a few months ago, especially when like people started talking about how Adam Sandler was maybe a favorite to win Best Actor, and I'm like, what the hell? Like that's like that's a sentence I never thought I'd read in a fucking like article. But yeah, it was there was a lot of serious talk and when this movie was being premiered at like film festivals, and like that caught my interest in it. I saw the trailers for this movie and I thought it looked pretty cool. It looked like a pretty gritty crime thriller, and I'm like, this actually looks really interesting. And what do I think of it? What is my opinion on it? I love this movie. I thought it was. Honestly, I had a lot of fun watching this movie. It's a stressful as fuck movie to watch. I'll say that, and I can understand somewhat where people are coming from that didn't like it. It's a movie I could easily say it's not for everybody. I can understand people that don't. If you don't like it, it's one of those like I'm one of those people. If you don't like a movie that I liked, I don't get fucking pissed about it. You know, like if you like a movie I hated, more power to you. I'm like, I don't get pissed off about it. So don't get pissed off if I fucking like this movie and you didn't. So, but anyways, yeah, I can understand where some people probably would not like it, but I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. This was, I was never bored. I was very tired, but I was never fucking bored. And I was tired not because of the movie, but it was because of just getting off work. And like I was pretty wide awake for the majority of this fucking thing. At, what do I say about Adam Sandler's performance in this movie that hasn't been said already by critics, by audiences? Adam Sandler, man, I don't want to say he's going to get Best Actor because I don't think this is the best performance of the year. I would never say that, really. Um, but this is one of those performances that you see like every year that gets a lot of Oscar talk. That's like out of a actor's wheelhouse, like out of his like comfort zone, where he does something different that he's never done before, and this is one of those. Adam Sandler, man, like he's just unlikable, but also likable at the same time. Guy who is just man, he's about the best example of a guy who has a gambling problem, who doesn't know when to say no, who treats his family like shit, treats his employees like shit, treats his ex or his mistress like shit. He's also his employee too, and keeps placing bets when he even though if he has a great or he has won a lot of money. He doesn't know when to stop, and like he is like trying to live at the excess and trying to make more and more money, even though he should be just happy with what he got. And he keeps owing more and more people money because of that, and he keeps finding himself digging himself a deeper and deeper hole. And Adam Sandler is like this. He's charismatic, but also, like I said, he is unlikable and likable at the same time sometimes. Because you're like, he does have a charm to him. Like, it is weird to describe, but he does have like this charm to him, and it's so fucking different from anything Adam Sandler's ever done. It's so refreshing, man. Like, I crack up the people that are like, oh my god, Adam Sandler's a good actor. I'm like, yeah, he has been a good actor. He just does shitty comedies. I'm not shocked by that. He's a good actor. I'm just like, this is definitely something like he has never done before, and I love it. And like I totally dig it. Like I said, I don't know if he best actor. If he won best actor, I would have no problem with it whatsoever. That's, you know, more power to him. And he has, I like his mentality that if he gets nominated, he's like, cool. You know, he don't care one way or another. I've seen interviews where he's like, he hears all the praise that people have given him, and he appreciates it. I give Adam Sandler credit. He is a pretty cool dude. He comes off like a really cool dude who is a genuinely nice guy too. And so it's cool to see him play for such a guy who's such a nice guy, and to play this guy who it's really kind of hard to like him sometimes. Like, he's such a fucking moron. And I love this performance, man, in this movie. It's like, I'm sure anybody who's ever known anybody who has gambling problems knows somebody like him. This movie is like a good PSA against gambling addiction if I've ever seen it. But also, I wouldn't show it to a person with gambling addiction because they might have fucking anxiety after this, because I would. I fucking certainly would. Holy shit. Another fucking thing that really cracked me up, I did not notice until like maybe right before I saw this movie. Idina Menzel's in this movie. You know, for people that have maybe been living under a rock for like the last 6 or 7 years and don't know who Idina Menzel is, she is the girl who was an actress, a Broadway actress that kind of came into fame about 2013 when she played this little known role. I don't know if anybody's heard of it. Elsa in Frozen. I don't know. You know, yeah, she's Elsa. Elsa is Adam Sandler's wife in this movie, who is really good in this movie. This is the first time I've seen her in a non-animated role, and this is like, man, she's really good. I liked her in this fucking movie. She's like this wife who's just sick of his shit. Like, she had some pretty irritating lines in this movie. Yeah, like, I did feel bad for her character. Like, somebody said there's nobody in this movie's likable. I would say her character's at least a little bit likable, because this poor woman's had to deal with Adam Sandler and his shit so long, and she's trying to raise his kids while he's sleeping with this other woman. Kevin Garnett. I thought he was great in this movie for playing himself. The movie heavily revolves around him, because it revolves around this gem, or this stone that Adam Sandler gets, that Kevin Garnett sees at his pawn shop, or Adam Sandler's pawn shop, and he wants it. And during one game in the 2012 playoffs, he decides to take it, and when he takes it with him, he has a really fucking good game, so he wants to keep it forever, and which is kind of funny. I wanted to see what happens after, like, because he doesn't win the 2012 like NBA Finals, so apparently that thing wore off on him. Didn't exactly do that many great things for him, but all right, whatever. if anybody knows NBA history, but I was thinking that. But he is like really cool playing himself. Like he's playing Kevin Garnett. If you've ever seen him on the court or off the court, his personality, like this is Kevin Garnett. It's kind of like it may be a little more exaggerated, but like he always is kind of a bit of loudmouth, foul mouth person, and yeah, it's kind of fun to see him in this, like him playing himself on the screen. He was great for what he was in it. This movie, I've heard a lot of people say, is like a movie you'll need Xanax after you watch it. I can understand why. Like, there's the last act of this movie is all set around an NBA basketball game. We're majority of it watching this NBA basketball game between the Celtics and the Sixers, and it's set in the 2012 playoffs. And it's all revolved around and I've never seen a more intense, high stakes basketball game in my fucking life. And I'm a Cavs fan, Cleveland Cavs fan, who during 2016 was about ready to have a heart attack when we were in the finals against Golden State and won. But Jesus, man, like this is like at least that didn't have high life or death like consequences if the Celtics lost. Yeah. You kind of know where it's gonna end and where it's gonna lead, but still, man, like it's still stressful. Like you're hoping that maybe just a little glimmer of hope that there's gonna be a happy ending, and they kind of do like pull a switcheroo on you towards the end. That's kind of getting the spoilers, but man, that ending is like kind of a downer, but it's pretty much the ending you would expect in this kind of movie. Because this guy, like, he didn't know when to quit, and it's his own dumbass fault for what happens to him at the end of the movie to other people. I really did love this movie. One thing I could understand that as far as like complaints, I heard a lot of people talk about like it's very noisy in this movie, like as far as music and stuff. One thing I noticed, it wasn't the music I noticed, like only at the beginning credits where the music was loud as shit did I notice that, but it was like there's a lot of times and there's scenes in this movie where it's fucking chaotic. It is really chaotic watching some of these scenes in these movies. It's just a lot going on. Like a lot of people talking loudly over each other, and it's like sometimes you have trouble understanding what's happening or what some people are saying, and sometimes you can understand what people are saying. But that's what from what I was told, that's what the effect that the directors were going for, that it's supposed to be chaotic. And it does work. It makes this a stressful fucking movie to sit through. I can understand why people don't like it. I get it. If you don't, like I said, it's not your thing, more power to you, man. I'm not going to say, oh, you fucking are wrong. Fuck you. Yeah. If you didn't like it, I'm not going to get pissed at you. Yeah. But like I said, I recommend the movie. I do. I highly recommend the movie. Is it going to be on my top 10 list? Probably. I'd probably say yeah. I don't know. I have to think about my top 10 list. I'm pretty confident in what my top 2 are. Just have to figure out which one is number 1 and which one's number 2. That's the hard part. But other than that, I don't know like where the fuck everything else fall at. Trailers. I got some fucking weird ass trailers in front of this movie. Fuck. Promising Young Woman. This is basically like a rape revenge film being produced like in a mainstream movie, which is interesting. It's Carey Mulligan, which I haven't seen her in anything in a long time. It's like, so that's kind of cool to see her back. She's a former nursing student who dropped out because of some circumstance obviously it's pretty much it's being hinted at, but you pretty much know it's because she was raped at school. It's kind of hinted at, but you can kind of tell that's what it. But she starts doing a thing where she goes to bars and acts like she's almost blackout drunk, and men take her home and try to rape her, but she turns the tables on them. I don't know if she kills them or blackmails them or what the hell she does. I wasn't really sure. It looked interesting, but I don't know. It looks like it could be a better version of like something like Black Christmas. Who knows? Yeah, I like Carrie Mulligan, so it's nice to see her and something again. And then Saint Maud or Maud or whatever the fuck you want. What the fuck was that? Literally, that's a trailer that I just scratched my head and like, whoa, that was something. It's basically what I got out of this was that it was like a Pure Flix horror movie, which is like most Pure Flix movies unintentionally. But it isn't produced by Pure Flix. It's a movie about a woman who's really fucking religious, who's taking care of a cancer patient, but she's taking her like religion to the fucking extreme. Wants to save this woman's soul and taking extremes to do it. It looks fucking crazy. I don't know exactly what the fuck it's kind of ambiguous, but I'm like, that looks interesting. I am interested in that. That looks kind of fun. It's one of those, like, I bet you that won't come to my theater. We'll get every fucking Pure Flix movie, but we won't get that shit. So, but yeah, maybe we will. I don't know. That's as far as trailers go. I still gotta go see The Grudge. Yay. And then, yeah, The Grudge. And I'm gonna try to see Marriage Story sometime, maybe this week or next week. Until then, I'll talk to you guys later.